Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I will be reviewing Capone. It's a 2020 movie that just came out, directed by Josh Trank and starring Tom Hardy as potential Al Capone. This movie takes place in 1946. It's about the last year of Al Capone's life, basically where he was suffering the effects from syphilis. So he was going through dementia, had paranoid delusions, and basically how it affected everyone around him. So I thought it was a really good. This was a really good character study of Capone in his later years, and I thought this was really well done by Josh Trank because I think this movie kind of took me by surprise going into it. I thought it'd be a typical kind of gangster film, and for most people, if anybody we're going to watch this movie, is going to think that it's definitely going to leave you for a surprise because it's not really a big gangster film. It doesn't really touch on, it doesn't take place like in Prohibition or during the height of Capone's power during the 1920s in Chicago, where he was the leader of the outfit. So it doesn't really delve in that. There's no, St. Valentine's Day Massacre or, doing all the, shoot 'em up glorious things that most movies about Capone do. They don't. It doesn't involve in those years at all. This one is during his last year in Florida. He's basically isolated. He's got family around him. He's got his wife. He's got his good friend Johnny, played by Matt Dillon. He's got his children and descendants down around him, like grandchildren and everything like that. And so basically, he's just kind of, for the better part, just rotting away here in Florida. And most of the time, he doesn't even know who the people are around him. Like sometimes he forgets who his wife is. He forgets who his buddy Johnny is. He's very paranoid. Sometimes he'll just start cursing at people in Italian for no reason. He lashes out because he's just forgetful. And as the movie goes on, he has a doctor there, and the doctor tells his wife, like, okay, he's just getting progressively worse. You can't, you have to be very careful with him because he's not a good understand you. In fact, at one point, because he always has a cigar in his mouth. At one point, they take the cigars away from him and they just have him chew on carrots to pretend to be a cigar because the cigars are unhealthy for him and it's just going to make his condition worse. So as he basically as the if he goes on and on, he just deteriorates further, and he has more paranoid delusions. So at times he does think he's back in Chicago in the mid 20s, and he thinks he's in the middle of a gun battle, and he imagines that he's at these parties with all the people praising him, like, "Oh my God, Al, we love you," and or well, in the movie they call him Fonz for Alphonse. That's his full name because I guess the media kind of slandered his name Al so much that even his wife said to somebody at one point, "Yeah, we don't use that name here. You call him Fonz." So yeah, so it's just all about him dealing with his past, all the trauma he's gone through, and the effects of the syphilis that he's suffering from. That's pretty much causing his dementia, and how he pretty much rotted away the last year of his life. Um, and yeah, it does a little bit, does a little bit to who he was as a mobster, and then his prison stint. But it only goes into mention, so it's pretty much focuses on his last final years in Florida. So I thought it was really well done. So like I said, it was a surprise. If you're going to thinking this is a big shoot 'em up action flick, gangster flick, this is not the movie for you. I thought Tom Hardy did a really excellent job. The way he depicted. Because the last year of his life, Capone only died at the age of like 48 or so, but you would think that he was like at least 20, 30 years older with the makeup effects and the way that Hardy portrayed him. So I thought it was really well done. And I wouldn't be surprised if next year that if Tom Hardy's in awards consideration for us role. I thought he did a really excellent job. So if you like good deep character studies, especially about Al Capone in the final year of his life, then this is the movie for you. So I highly recommend Capone by Josh Trank, and I think this is a really good thing because after Josh Trank's debacle with Fantastic Four and all that stuff, I think this is a really good bounce back movie for him, and hopefully he can start doing more movies that he really wants to do. So once again, I recommend Capone for those who like that. And as always, everyone, like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much.